What's going on, everybody? I'm Matt Peck from CHGO Bulls.
I'm Herb Lawrence from CHGO White Sox.
And this is CHGO Tavern Style, presented by Salerno's Pizza. Head over to their Grand Avenue location in the West Loop. Call 312-666-3444. Make your reservation today. Herb, today's topic, Olympics right around the corner.
Yes.
USA men's basketball have put together a Monstars level squad. Finally, it's about time. They've been putting some trash rosters out there for international competitions recently. The question that people are posing, and I'm sure you have a take on, I know I do, could this 2024 Paris Olympics men's basketball squad for the USA be as good or greater than the 1992 Dream Team that started it all?
Absolutely not, and there's multiple reasons why this can't be. Yes, are the players faster, stronger, better than they were in 92? Arguably, yeah, because evolution. The players have learned from the players in the past and have added that to their game, and they're much stronger. No have to look any farther than LeBron James. That man's 39 years old, still playing at a high level. It's weird. But they had in the Dream Team, like the 12 players they had, sans Christian Laettner, that was just like an extra pick for a college player.
Need one collegiate in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Even when he was in the roster, they had, I believe, more younger players, so 30 or below 30 years old on that team than the current team. The current team, I think, consists of mostly older players. I think either 7 or 8 of them are 30 or older. So they're not even in their peak of their own performances. I mean, you got the young players of Anthony Edwards and Booker. Great
Tyrese
Halliburton.
Right.
Good young players, but they're not Jordan at 29, Pippen at 26, Charles Barkley at 27 type of thing. Like, we're talking about, if not the greatest basketball team ever assembled in the 92 Dream Team, like one of the best basketball teams, one of the best teams of all time, no matter the sport you're playing.
Yeah.
And they're all different individual egos came together and whooped the world's ass.
Yeah.
Now, you think about also in that 12 people, you probably had the 10 best players in the world playing on the United States. You can't say that right now. The best player in basketball, whether you're going with Embiid, he is on the United States, but you also have Jokic, Luka. I mean, Giannis. Those players are all going to be playing in the Olympics for other teams. 92, you didn't have that. And as you pointed out, the reason is because of the 92 team. Right. It globalized the game so much and brought so many eyes to it. It's like, I want to play that. I don't want to beat those Americans. And they have subsequently beat the Americans. And this is why this team needs to come out with the passion of the 92 team and say, we are better than everybody on this team, which they are talent-wise.
Right.
But it doesn't matter sometimes because sometimes an Argentine team comes and gets your ass because they are the targets on your back.
Yeah, if you're talking about whether or not this 24 team could be as dominant as the 92 Dream Team, as dominant, no. I do not expect them to have an average margin of victory of 44 points per game, which was the average margin of victory for the Dream Team. They only won 2 games by fewer than 40 points, one to Croatia the second time they played them, and one to Puerto Rico. Fun fact, head coach Chuck Daly never called a single timeout during their 8-0 run to the gold. The U.S. is faced with much steeper competition now because of the popularization of basketball as a global sport, and that is a good thing.
Yes.
So they will not be as dominant, not nearly. Would they be better? Would they beat the 92 Dream Team is another interesting fold to that question. I mean, can you say that 11 of the 12 members of this current 24 squad are going to be Hall of Famers? Maybe. 11 of the 12, Laettner being the lone exception, the entire team was inducted as a team in 2010, but 11 of the 12 Dream Team members inducted as individuals to the Hall of Fame for their basketball accomplishments.
Yeah, I don't think you can have 11 out of the 12 players that are going to make it to the Hall of Fame. And the Basketball Hall of Fame is the easiest of the Hall of Fames to make, too.
Yeah. Drew Holiday, not looking like a Hall of Famer.
No,
great player.
I don't care whatever.
Bam Adebayo, great player, not looking like a Hall of Famer. Tyrese Halliburton, maybe it's too soon to tell.
Well, Matt, just start there. Who was the worst player in the 1982 Dream Team?
Christian Laettner.
No, not Leitner, like actual NBA player. Because
David Robinson?
No, dude, Young
The
Admirable
worst.
was a stud. Like, and I hate saying this,
Larry Bird?
Larry Bird, because he was old and he had a bad back. He couldn't play.
So it's like basically, who would you rather have, 35-year-old LeBron or like 35-year-old Larry Bird? Like who is the worst player on the 2024? I think you got to compare worst to worst.
The worst player on this team.
Well, but see, that's the thing. Like, who would beat who? You don't care who, like, worst to worst is because they're not seeing any minutes.
No.
If the 92 team gets a time machine and goes and plays 2024 team in Paris, best 5 or maybe best 7 against best 7, I'm taking the 92 team.
Easily. And I get the young player, the Gen Z person is like, well, they didn't shoot 3-pointers. They were broke everywhere. Like Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, athletes everywhere would make it their mission to shut down LeBron James. Would make it their mission to physical up that game and make sure that the current team would feel them.
Yeah.
And I don't care if they don't shoot 3-pointers at a high clip like Steph Curry does. They would dominate Steph Curry. Steph Curry wouldn't be able to be in the 92's Dream Team scenario. They would hit him so goddamn much, both on offense and defense. Like, the game is different, but the game was different for a reason because the physicality back then was just off the charts. Not plumbers like you Gen Z people keep on telling me that there were.
A few more thoughts in this conversation. Just another quick reminder to go check out our friends at Salerno's Pizza. If you are in the neighborhood and looking for some delicious pizza, maybe a very cool place to go, have some eats, some cold beers, and catch a game. Just call them at 312-666-3444 to make your reservation. So, I mean, I'm very curious, Herb, to watch how these basketball games get played out in the Olympics next month, because this is the greatest USA squad that's been assembled in quite some time. Mm-hmm. Like you got the Twilight years icons like LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and then the younger crop of stars that you mentioned, Anthony Edwards, Halliburton. There's amazing talent from top to bottom. Embiid, Bam in the front court. Like, this is a great squad. The question is, how great is it when lined up against the greatest that the other international teams can assemble? Because are you expecting tight games? Are you expecting USA to have some games where they're sweating it out in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Or are you anticipating, hey, they're probably with this squad going to roll everybody, but by 15 to 20 points a game instead of 44?
No, they're going to have some tight games. And I know this team is different than the 2021 or 2020 Olympic team that happened in 21, team that performed out in Japan. They lost to France on their opening game. And yes, they eventually won and beat France in the finals, but barely.
Yeah.
There was no question back in 92 who was going to win. As you said, they won by a margin of 44?
Yeah.
They dominated. And yes, I don't know if the competition is 1-to-1 because, as we said, the 92 team has built up the rest of the international competition. And that's the problem for the U.S. team, because teams out there are looking for a United States pelt on their wall,
right?
So they can hang it. That Greek team, yes, it's only Giannis, but hell, tell me a Giannis can't take over a game for his country and lead them to the Olympics like he did in this cup right now, where he just dominated and just went to and beat Croatia for the championship so he can get to the finals for the first time since they hosted the Olympics. Like, don't tell me that you can't get a Jokic. Get off on fire, and that crowd, which is close down the street from Paris, can't get in there and say, hey, those are the big bullies. We don't want them to win. We're going to be cheering for every team that is in America. Yeah, I think I could see a couple games going really tight with this American team where they just take this other team for granted. The U.S. 92 team didn't take anybody for granted and beat the hell out of them. Even Charles Barkley's out here beating an Angolan person up for no damn reason.
I don't know anything about Angola, but they in trouble.
Oh my God.
Can I add one more stat to along with their average margin of victory is 44 points? Who is the worst shooter on the 1992 Olympic team that's not named Christian Leitner?
You talking about overall field goal percentage?
Yeah, overall field goal percentage. This person shot 45.1% from the field.
That was the worst? Was 45%?
There wasn't a single player that shot under 50% from
Clyde the Glide?
No.
Mullen?
No.
Magic?
No. Who do you not
Michael.
think it is? Michael Jeffrey Jordan was the only person to not shoot 50% from the field.
Maybe
taking all the shots.
Maybe Gen Z people are right. Michael Jordan was playing versus a bunch of plumbers, and he's just a bum.
I know that this was largely just an organized thing by LeBron. Avengers assemble. I'm tired of watching the USA struggle in international competitions. One more for the road. Me and all of my aging superstar guys like Steph and KD. Let's assemble a super squad. Let's go kick the rest of the world's ass. And he's just doing this to get the credit for it because that's who LeBron James is. Whatever. Even as a LeBron hater, I'm excited to watch. Because I, as a kid, watched USA kick the crap out of all of these other countries, and I found that to be wildly entertaining as a little kid.
Yep.
Like USA, hell yeah. Now, with the growth of the game in all these different countries all over the world, I'm excited to be like, okay, we are bringing our A-team for the first time in a while. What is our A-team going to look like compared to the A-team of these other countries who always send their A-team to the Olympics?
I'm excited too. I'm excited for the growth and maturation of Anthony Edwards taking the mantle after LeBron and his old folks leave it, and he picks up the mantle and goes forward because that man, that's the future of USA basketball.
Just like MJ did with Magic and Larry, man. Mm-hmm. That's it for this edition of CHGO Tavern Style. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. For Herb, I'm Peck. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.